Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Caitie.
And we're so happy that you're here, and hopefully this is working, as it has been a fun night for technology. But we are happy that you're watching. We're happy that Caitie is back from Walt Disney World. And what else, Caitie?
You should go to geekscorner.live. And I don't know what's going on. And then from there, you can go into the chat where you can say things, and we will see it on our end, and we will talk, and it'll be great. I just realized we were supposed to have snacks, and we don't have snacks. That's okay.
Oh, we were supposed to have snacks. Well, we're going to go get them in a minute.
We will.
I will go get them in a minute. In fact, I will see how far the microphones...
We did this before when you got the cookies.
Yeah, it'll be fun, but I don't know if it was the same. Anyway, we're going to do a segment called What's on Mr. Daps' Desk first to start the night off. It's going to be one of those fun... oh, the sound is not matching up with the video, so that's just going to be what it's going to be because we tried.
We tested it.
Yeah, and I can't change it once we're going. I mean, maybe I could. Let's go to this. Tell me if it's matching up now, because that's where it's worked before. But...
Sound is off. Oh, like off, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Sorry.
The book I'm reading currently, well, actually just opened up again because Caitie was in Florida, is the Epcot Center book.
I love Epcot Center.
What is great about this book is when it was written. Go look at the publishing date for this.
Okay.
And it makes this absolutely fantastic. There you go.
1982?
Mm-hmm. Which means what?
That means that this is opening year.
It was made before the park opened.
Yeah.
Which means there's stuff in here that ended up not happening. And it's a fantastic book. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is, okay, we got some Spaceship Earth action.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Isn't it weird because time has
It's so funny because
cycled back.
The pylons, they did such a good job recreating them.
Yeah, it has the right feel and look.
Okay, Future World, not what it's called anymore. But
now it's not matching again.
That's fine.
I don't know why it's not matching again.
The Living Seas. Wow, Kitchen Cabaret.
Keep
this
going,
is a
though.
good
like there's some stuff in there that's
The Land. Just living with the land.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, me. The heck is that?
I think you need to go further.
Like further this way?
Mm-hmm. You're going back, not forward.
No, I was looking at Future World stuff.
Okay.
Please tell me I know exactly what to look for.
What are you gonna look for?
I'm gonna look for the Germany boat ride.
That's where I would go.
Yeah. When I was in Future World, and which is funny because when we were just there, I was telling my best friend about how there was an attraction that was supposed to be there.
It's true. There was supposed to be an attraction there. Anyway, you could look at this later.
Oh, this is good.
But I thought you would find it fun. And it is one of my favorite books, and I would say it's on any Disney amateur historian's library list. Like, it just needs to happen. Like, it's fantastic.
Also, I was reading a thread today where people were discussing what they believe the best sit-down restaurant in Epcot is.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say Beer Garden.
I know a lot of people that would agree with that.
Like, they say that for the price and the food and the entertainment, Beer Garden is the best, which I find very interesting.
Okay.
So, I will have to eat there at some point, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. All right, should we get into the show?
Yeah!
This week has been a very exciting week beyond Caitie going to Walt Disney World. First off, I feel like we should talk about the elephant in the room, but it's not an elephant, it's a dragon. And Fantasmic Dragon went up in smoke, quite literally, on Saturday night. As you were flying back from Walt Disney World, I was...
Can I just say how scary it is to turn your phone off of airplane mode and then find out about Murphy? Because it was scary. I literally landed in LAX and I flipped off of airplane mode and I said, oh, time to see what I missed while I was in the air for all of 2 hours. And I missed Fantasmic happening.
And I was just getting into Caitie's car to drive to the airport, and suddenly, thank goodness for, what is it, CarPlay?
Yes.
Because my phone started exploding with people texting me about this, Clocky being the first, I believe, and it was quite crazy. I'm like, I don't even know what the word is. It's one of those things you never think is going to happen. But I think the real story is not the fact that a dragon burned up. I don't know.
All of the above.
Okay. Burned up in the show. It's everything that goes on around the dragon. It's the people standing, right next to the dragon. It's the people underneath it. It's the people behind it, and that was probably something that none of them ever expected to see. And then it's kind of like watching maybe a portion of your house burn down, like the garage burned down or something. And I can imagine how that was absolutely terrifying. And then you watch the internet explode about it, and then the internet make fun of it, and the internet care more about the dragon than they do about the people behind the dragon. I could see where that'd be a challenge.
Yeah. It's also, I think specifically my heart goes out to the cast and crew because it's one of those things that you train for, because it's something that everybody on that show is trained of, in the event of this happening. Because you're working with fire, you're working with pyrotechnics, things
How much do you want to bet, though, that they did say in the event of fire, blah, blah, blah? I would partially guess that they never expected this specific thing to happen.
And that's exactly what I'm saying is they train for it, but it's not something you ever expect to happen. And so then it happening is incredibly traumatic. And it does feel very personal. It's like when people get their house broken into, even if everything is fine, nothing's touched, they still say it does feel like a bit of a privacy violation, and like it feels personally weird.
And I would call this almost like a safety violation or a comfort.
It shakes your reality a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, that was my first reaction, was even hearing that they were all physically safe. My first reaction was, well, is the cast and crew mentally safe? Because that's a really scary, I can honestly say that I have never gone into my job and I've never had a piece of equipment burn in front of me. And even if I did, I wouldn't have tens of hundreds of thousands of people watching and commenting on it. So, yeah, I don't know. I just, my heart goes out to the cast, the crew. It's also really jarring to see the video and seeing people laughing while it's actively happening.
Yeah, that was actually one of the bigger surprises to me, was the people, I expected there to be the shock and awe, oh my gosh, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were just laughing at it or commenting on it, and that surprised me quite a bit because and it's, I don't know what that means, but I mean, maybe that just means they feel like they're safe because they're at Disney, or maybe it means something else. But yeah, that surprised me quite a bit, and that's unfortunate and not very nice. But yeah, so anyway, it looks like the show might be coming back sooner rather than later. I'm assuming without a dragon of any sort, and they do have a version of the show where Maleficent just stays up longer and they project things, and there is no dragon. And so, I mean, it's a virtual dragon? I don't know what to call it.
Projected.
Yeah, projected
dragon
thing. But keep cast members in your mind. Give them a little extra kindness, especially this weekend and the coming weeks as they grapple with a certainty that isn't quite as certain anymore, and that's not a fun place to be. Another thing that happened this week was the end today of the Food and Wine Festival at Disney California Adventure, and with the end of that came the end of the run for Phat Cat Swinger, because that's really what Food and Wine is about, right?
Always.
And
That's
they
what's
had
for me.
their last performance for the season yesterday.
A surprise last performance.
Yes, it was supposed to be Friday. Instead, it was yesterday. What is your favorite tune, or medley, I guess we could say, that Phat Cat performed this year?
I saw they were doing a Guardians medley,
That's true.
and that made me very happy. So I gotta say that.
Okay.
And what would yours be?
I really like a song called Martini Mama that
Aw.
Sean O'Kelly sings, because I
Martini Mama.
like that. It's fun to listen to, it's fun to watch, it's fun to see Marco bend over backwards with a saxophone, and that one's probably pretty high up. I do like the Guardians medley as well. I actually really like What Do You Do, which is a Phat Cat original.
That's a good one.
That one is solid. I'm trying to think of the other ones that are my favorites. Maybe, Eye to Eye.
Oh, that's a good one.
That one's great. And then Everybody Wants to Be a Cat is just a no-brainer, because that's just a solid way to end, like, and the Jedi Sith battle.
Always.
I don't know who is who, but
It's up to them, I guess.
it is. We should ask them someday.
You should.
We'll get them on the show whenever they come back, and we figure out how to fit that many people on the microphones. Mac the Knife, that one's good. Yes, solid. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Hopefully they'll be back for Festival of Holidays.
I hope so. It's always fun.
All right, Caitie.
Yeah.
You just went to Walt Disney World.
I did?
Yes, you did. I want you to tell everybody about your trip
Okay.
while I run and grab pickles, and I won't interrupt you while I'm gone.
You promise?
No, but we'll see. I won't do a theme song. How's that?
You won't do a theme song.
Yeah, I won't do a theme song. Because they can still hear me as I walk out
Yes,
the door
I know.
like this.
That's concerning.
All right, you take over. I'll be quiet. They'll just hear me moving and stuff.
I don't trust him, guys. Yeah, so I just came back from Walt Disney World. I was there for, I think it was 5 days. I was reflecting on it, and I went to Hollywood Studios once, Magic Kingdom once for an entire day, and Animal Kingdom once for a half day. And then I was at Epcot almost every single day except for the day that I did a full day at Magic Kingdom. In that, all that time I spent at Epcot, I went on Cosmic Rewind 5 times. 2 of those times were virtual queue. The other 3 I paid for Lightning Lane because I had that much fun. And I know that we could go off on technicalities of what is wrong with the attraction or why it's not technically the best. But it is the most fun that I have personally had an attraction in years. I couldn't tell you the last time I had an urge to go on an attraction 5 times in one trip. So yeah, it was really good. I was there with my best friend Hopper, who I love dearly. We traveled really well together, and we both were just kind of like, okay, let's go back to Epcot. Now let's wander, and we always were kind of walking into stores. I also went on Tron, which we're going to talk about next, so I don't really want to spoil too many of my thoughts on Tron. I can hear him coming back with pickles. But yeah, so it was a lot of Cosmic Rewind. It was a lot of Epcot. Port Orleans Riverside is a wonderful resort. It was spring break and a cheer weekend, and we didn't have a lot of noise in the resort. So,
Well, that's a good thing.
there's something to be said for that.
So, have you reviewed the attractions yet?
I reviewed Cosmic Rewind.
Okay.
I didn't want to talk about Tron, though, because I saw we were talking about it.
Okay, we're talking about both. How easy was it for you to get into Cosmic Rewind?
Very easy. So I was saying that I did virtual queue twice, and I paid for Lightning Lane the 3 other times.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yes, because that was more of a, I wanted to plan our day a certain way. And so it was, we were park hopping or what have you. And so that was a planning our day out type of thing. And then like our last day I paid for Lightning Lane because I didn't want to leave it up to chance if we got a boarding group that was too late. Or that was very easy. The second time I got a boarding group, it was actually, I had already gotten a lightning lane because I was park hopping from Hollywood Studios. So I was like, oh, we'll get one for later. And then I park hopped into Epcot. It was 2:30, 2:45, and the second drop is at 1, and you have to be in the park to get it. But it was 2:45. I got in that virtual queue drop, and I still got on the attraction at like 7.
So you got that one and the lightning lane that day?
Yes.
Cool.
That was the day we went on it twice.
Nice.
And then we hopped back to...
And how many songs did you get?
4 out of 6. Disco Inferno and Everybody Wants to Rule the World eluded me because I wanted Everybody Wants to Rule the World so bad. We did get September twice, the first 2 times. And then we got Iran. Then we got Conga. And then our last ride was One Way or Another by Blondie. The thing is, which you guys need to know about me, because I'm very data forward. Don't laugh. You know this, how data forward I am. I made a note that is how many times I've been on the attraction, what the date was, and the song that I got. So on the 18th, I got September. On the 20th, I got September. My second ride on the 20th, I got Iran. My ride on the 21st, I got Conga, and I got One Way or Another on the 22nd.
I feel like that's pretty good, though.
It is. No, the fact that I got 4 out of the 6 songs and I only wrote it 5 times.
That's very decent.
So I need everybody to manifest the next time I go to Walt Disney World, which is hopefully this year, I get Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Because that's the only thing I want. I would also say out of those songs, September was my favorite.
Which I've heard quite a bit.
September was just so good.
Cool.
Yeah.
On to
Tron.
Tron.
Sure. What would you like me to say about Tron?
Well, let's start off. What'd you think of it?
It was an attraction.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
If you'd gone on Tron first, would that have changed things?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
So what'd you think of it besides its attraction?
It was fine. The launch is not as thrilling as you would expect, in my opinion.
Is it to the level of like Incredicoaster?
About that, yeah.
Okay.
Which to me is very mild.
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And then that's the beginning of the attraction. It's like the first 10-15 seconds. The last 45 seconds is all indoor. I like the way that they do things in there. There's an effect that makes it look like there are other trains in the building. That's really cool. And I kind of liked watching the way that they did that. But I was just kind of like, okay. It kind of feels like the attraction kicks off with this really big start. And then the rest of the attraction, you're just kind of like, cool.
That was fun.
Neat.
Okay.
You're kind of waiting for the second, something exciting.
So does it hurt at all?
It hurts your hands really bad because
Define really bad.
I was very uncomfortable. I kept doing this after I got off the attraction because it goes fast and it's a coaster, so you're holding on because you're also in an uncomfortable position. And the handles were ribbed and very pointy, sharp.
So you could hold on, yeah.
But it just felt not good. Both me and...
Did you go on it during the day or at night?
During the day.
Okay.
Both me and Hopper noted, we were like, oh, ow, that hurt.
Okay.
And I also was extremely uncomfortable with the position of riding, simply because it didn't really work with my thighs. My legs were very uncomfortable on the attraction.
Okay.
Which I don't think is going to make sense to most people, but that's fine.
Well, you're kind of leaning forward, straddling it, right?
Yeah, and so my legs kind of my skin on my legs kind of moved in.
How similar is it to the position you're in for Flight of Passage?
Fairly similar.
Because that's
you're
what
just
my
forward a little bit more.
So even more, because I feel like you're pretty far forward on Flight of Passage.
You are more forward on Tron.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How would you compare it to Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain in Florida. I guess those are the only 2 mountains that are left there now.
In terms of thrill?
In terms of the entire attraction,
Oh.
like the experience.
I would say it's a solid middle. Space is at the bottom,
Like
in my
a
opinion.
B+?
Sure. I think that
Because it looks beautiful.
had Space been better themed in Florida, I would give it to Space.
Okay.
But I think Big Thunder has the best theming and the best attraction.
Okay.
Tron is extremely pretty, and it's also a very pretty area.
Especially at night.
Especially at night. It's a very pretty area to walk into Tomorrowland and see all this movement. You know how I feel about kinetic energy, guys. It's kinetic energy in Tomorrowland, and with the people mover going, and then Tron going by. It's kinetic energy. We love it. But yeah, I personally, it's not my attraction. I was extremely happy that we went on it. We both kind of agreed. We said, yay, we went on it. We enjoy that we went on it. We do not need to do that again. And the lightning lane, the virtual queue went very fast for me.
Where did you get yours?
I got lightning lane for
Oh, okay.
Tron.
So you didn't do the, okay.
No, I did not spend a whole lot of money on souvenirs. I did spend a lot of money on individual lightning lane this trip, but that was kind of my priority.
Okay.
So,
Fair.
yeah, my best friend spent a lot of money on souvenirs. I spent a lot of money on individual lightning lane. You could tell where our priorities were. Because I was very much like, no, these are the experiences that I want us to have together.
Okay.
We had a really good time.
Yes,
I paid for lightning lane.
What was the best food you had on your trip?
Oh my gosh. Probably Space 220.
Okay.
But the best food experience, I would say Rosencrown.
Okay.
Because
and how were they different?
Space 220, the food was just incredible. I got a steak. It's a prefix menu at Space 220. I don't love all of their appetizers. So for me, I'm kind of picking an appetizer that I'm like, about, just that I can get to my main course. But I got a filet, and it was gorgeous and amazing and beautiful. And it had these mashed potatoes. Like, I inhaled this steak. It was so good. But then Rosencrown, I'm sitting by the World Showcase Lagoon. I'm just listening. We had a waitress that was actually from the UK, which I love that we're getting back to that, who was like the sweetest person. Like, I almost gave her my business card and was like, please, do you want to come to California and work for me? Because she was just so sweet. And that was just like a very nice, relaxing, enjoyable time.
Okay.
So.
That's good. Of all of the attractions at Walt Disney World, what was your favorite?
Cosmic Rewind.
Okay. Over Flight of Passage, over Rise of the Resistance, which you didn't really need to go on this trip because we have it here. Yeah. So Cosmic Rewind over.
Like I said, so I said this when I was talking about it. I could sit here and pick apart all the technicalities of what makes it a meh attraction. I've talked about it with you of this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And like my analytical brain is, I'm like, oh, I know how this is done. I know what this does. All these things. But it is the most genuine fun I have had in so long. Hopper, who is with me, who knows me very well, said that is like the loudest I have ever been the first time I was on the attraction because I was so surprised by everything. She was like, you basically did not stop screaming because like you were so excited. And apparently I was like, like about everything. And then my little brain just went again. And it was just fun. And like, I didn't get sick of it. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's not what I expected at all.
So is it safe to say that Epcot was also your favorite theme park for the trip?
100%.
I mean, that's generally how we all go here at DAPS, but you never know. Like,
we're Epcot girlies here.
That is totally allowed. So it is now 26 minutes into the show by my calculations, which means I think...
Is it time to eat pickles?
I think it's time to pull out the pickles.
Time to eat pickles.
Story behind this, if you didn't see last week, we made pickles.
Because that's what people on TikTok are doing.
Mine
are scary looking.
What are in your pickles, Caitie?
Mine has red chili flakes and guajillo chilies and Spicy.
Whereas mine
It's lemon and rosemary.
is lemon and rosemary and dill.
I would like to say something about Cosmic Rewind at DCA. I don't want it in California.
I would honestly like to say that I would like individual attractions to be unique
Thank you.
at different theme parks, along with also merchandise.
As much as I love Cosmic Rewind, I want it to be in... Oh, I can't...
Did you get it?
Yeah.
So last
I'm
week you
scared.
saw 24 hours after these pickles had been created. They smell
So
really
spicy!
good. Oh, mine smell really good.
Well, it smells like a pickle. It smells like a yummy pickle, but...
Mine smells like a pickle. So we're going to try this. Do you want to go first?
So
Yeah, you can go first. I'll try not to get it on here.
Okay.
Go for it.
Go for what?
You take a bite.
Of what pickle? Your pickle?
Your pickle.
I take a bite of my pickle.
Yes. And then tell us how it tastes. I only had so many hands. I couldn't grab drinks and... It's spicy.
It's good. It's real spicy.
All right. We'll try the other one. Mine tastes like a pickle. Like it's not super exciting, but the lemon is not as lemony as last week. It tastes like a dill pickle with a little bit of herbs.
It does.
I would eat this again. All right, I'm gonna try yours.
Go for it.
I'm gonna die, aren't
I almost tried to drink this. That's not water.
That would have been bad.
It gets you right in the back of the throat.
Yeah, at first you're like, oh,
It's
this
like,
is fine.
uh-huh.
And then it starts burning.
Uh-huh.
That is a pickle.
Itsy, come eat spicy pickles.
They're both very good.
They are.
This is more traditional,
They're
I
both
would
very
say.
us.
This is very traditional, and I would say I've got zero complaints with this one. Would you?
No, that's
Like,
good.
This one aged better in the last week than I expected.
Yes.
Because last week you basically only...
You're
yeah,
right.
that can be bad. Last week you could only taste the lemon, and now you can taste a little bit of the herbs, not as much lemon, and it tastes like a pickle.
Yeah, that's wow. We made pickles, guys. So what I do want to try next, I don't know if we'll film this, but I was telling you, people are making ranch pickles. Like they take ranch seasoning.
Well, we have to get through these first.
Well, yeah, we have to eat these pickles.
So I feel like we have to have a barbecue or something.
Well, we should make sandwiches because
Sandwiches or hot dogs.
no, but you know how I eat a pickle spear with a sandwich.
But can you imagine? I think especially that one would be really good on hot dogs.
On a hot dog?
Have you not been to Chicago?
Itzy's from Chicago.
Itsy, am I not correct that when you go to Chicago, you can get just about every kind of hot dog imaginable?
Itzy, do you put pickles
Or
on
is
hot
that
dogs?
just in the airport? It's just a question. I've had more hot dogs, I feel like, in Chicago than anywhere else. All right, what would you rate it out of 5?
A 4.
4? Okay. I'd give this one a 5 out of 5. What would you... Actually, fair. What would you rate this one then?
Also a 4.
Okay, 4 out of 4, 5 out of 4.5 out of... Okay.
Itzy
All our
said-
hot dogs have pickles. Okay, I'm not crazy. I was like, I feel like I've had several different hot dogs and they've all had pickles. And they're different kinds of pickles sometimes too, which is very fun. And it's that spicy, huh? Well, you did eat the rest of it, so
It did.
that's very exciting. And now
Welcome
we
to
are...
Geeks Corner Plus.
Yes, we are entering into Geeks Corner Plus, which we have something exciting to talk about in Geeks Corner Plus, don't we? You have no clue because you didn't look at the notes. Am I wrong?
I am a busy lady.
That's okay. Daps Chat is back. We are officially announcing it now. But if you go to dapsmagic.com/dapschat, you can join conversations that we're starting to build. And it really is the online forum to chat all that is Daps and beyond. And hopefully create a fun and safe space on the internet. Mainly because everything else is so insecure. Like, we just don't know what's going to happen with different...
Twitter's broken right now.
Twitter's broken right now. You never know what's going to go on with Facebook because it's kind of got a mind of its own as well. And Instagram doesn't have the ability to chat in the same way. It's that spicy, huh? I'm sorry. So if you go to dapsmagic.com/dapschat, you can check that out and shoot me a message or an email if you're having any issues getting signed up, because I do have to approve everybody, and it's supposed to send me an email, and I don't know that it is yet. So I need more people to sign up so I can test it more, but you get to be our testers.
Dapsmagic.com/dapschat.
Yes. Is there anything else you'd like to say during... Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
So
we're going to open more pickles, right? No.
Yeah, I actually brought you pickles.
Oh, boy.
While I was in Walt Disney World, I got Mr. Daps a present. As we do when we go places without each other, is we end up shopping and trying to get gifts for one another, because that's just who we are. I was struggling, as you just said, I was struggling to find something that we didn't have here.
True.
I think I did a great job, and
No pressure.
I think that when you see this, you will simply think of me, and that's what
I hate pressure like that.
That's what I want my gifts to do, is make people think of me. Not for them to enjoy it, for them to think of me.
Okay.
So yes, please enjoy. Also, this was in my car, and then Mr. Daps texted me earlier and was like, oh, make sure you bring the mug. And I was like, mug? What mug?
What else would be wrapped like this?
Not a mug.
25. Oh, of course. That's funny. I'm so confused why they're selling this, though.
I don't know. And it was at Epcot.
It's a 25th anniversary
Castle cake
mug.
I think it's from the Legacy collection that they had in the Main Street Cinema.
Does it say? Nope, it does not.
No.
That is interesting, but we'll use it here on Geeks Corner next week, probably.
I was like, it's a good-sized mug.
It is.
It's Castle cake, which is very
Your favorite.
It's pink. It's beautiful.
It's got Mickey and the gang.
It's got Mickey and the gang.
Thank you.
Why did I say gang like that? But yes, I saw it in Epcot.
That is funny.
The funny thing is, I sent it. We have a group chat.
You said you saw it in Epcot, and I was like, oh, so it's Figment something, which is weird because I usually get you something Figment.
Yes, that's kind of, which is also, we are wearing Foolish Mortal. Yeah, Figment shirts. There's Figment on the back.
It is the Vault collection. There we go.
I never did. I got everything but Disco Inferno, and Everybody Wants to Roll the World.
Yeah.
It's really sad. But yeah, I was worried because I sent this in, we have a group chat.
Oh, I saw it. I just didn't think about it.
And then one of our friends said that this was the ugliest mug he had ever seen. He said he hated it. And I was already thinking, like, I might get this for Mr. Daps as a gift because of my love for Castle Cake. And then I said, oh, I love the Castle Cake. And this friend responded with a picture of the 1996 castle and said, you love this? I'm like, yeah.
It's true.
It was great. And I was like, Mr. Daps can confirm. I themed
I saw that.
Themed my 25th birthday to the Castle Cake because my 25th was the 25th anniversary of the 25th.
The 25th anniversary. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because when I turned...
That took me a second.
The 25th was in 1996.
Yes.
I was born in 1996.
I was doing the math. I was confused because I was thinking, like, multiplication, not addition.
This was my gift to
Okay.
Mr. Daps. Castle Cake mug. So...
Very fun. Hopefully next... I mean, I'll probably use it tomorrow, but hopefully next Tuesday I remember to bring it on the show. And that can be my drinking mug for the show.
Drinking mug. Also,
it is true.
Girl, it's camp. I was looking for the sweater, the hoodie that they released. Couldn't find it. I also bought, it's in my Epcot Loungefly that I bought, but I bought a Castle Cake keychain, and she's like this big.
Good
She's
luck
huge.
putting that in your pocket.
Do not know where I'm going to put it.
Uh-uh.
I influenced another lady to buy it, and then once she found out what it was, she was de-influenced and didn't want it anymore. She went, what is that? That is so cute. And she goes, you know what? I'm gonna get 2. She picks up 2, and then she like looks at me and she goes, what does the 25 mean? And my best friend turns around and goes, the 25th anniversary of Magic Kingdom. And then I turned around and I was like, in 1996. And she goes, oh. And then she just put them down and didn't want them anymore.
You know, to each their own, huh?
I'm so confused.
That is very interesting.
Yeah, this was at the, what's it called? In World Showplace. What are the shops called?
Yeah, I don't remember.
That are right there. I did buy the Epcot 40th Loungefly because it was 40% off.
There you go.
So I looked at it the first day on my trip and I said, maybe. And then I bought the last day on my trip.
Possibly. There you go. That's actually a good choice. Because then you can think about it, and if it's still there, it's like it's a sign.
Yeah.
All right, Caitie, we're running out of time. What should people do?
You should go to dapsmagic.com, check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens, subscribe to our mailing list, and then go make pickles for yourself because this was fun.
That is true. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got a ton of videos that we're still uploading
Port of
on a
entry.
daily basis. That's it, Port of Entry. And yeah, that is about all the time we have for you tonight. So we will see you around the corner.
Bye!